Welcome to 108 Gate Taurus. This is your May, very late May reading. It is your May reading nonetheless. Hope you are well. So, Taurus, it feels as though you're watching other people being busy. You're watching other people doing this and doing that, and you look and you feel quite content in the position you're in. You're looking and feeling quite content with what's going on in your life. Yet there's something niggling. There's something that's undercurrent energy of something feeling unfulfilled. Can't quite place it. It's in the heart chakra, in between the heart chakra and the solar plexus. And it's quite an emotional bubble. It's quite an emotional, dense energy. There's something missing. There's something that's just not. There's something that's just not being satiated. Okay, so financially, money-wise, things are seeming strong. I think there's a misplacement of a value. There's a misplacement of what you value. There's a misplacement of where you're creating or gaining your value from. And I don't think you're, there you go. I don't think you're aware or wanting to be aware of where this hole is coming from. Right, let's go gently, Taurus. So this burden, this 10 of Wands here, there's something that you're carrying. You're ignoring that you're carrying something for someone or something. It could be at work that you're carrying the burden for other people. It could be that at home you're carrying some kind of burden for other people. It is linked to finances. It is linked to your emotional well-being. It is linked to your financial well-being, and there's something that's just not feeling right. It's feeling off. It's feeling incomplete. It's feeling discontentment. So as much as you're looking, okay, that's why it felt so strong that I said that. On the surface, you're looking very content. You're looking very at peace. You're looking very aware of what is going on. But at the same time, it's because you're looking externally and not internally. You're watching the world pass you by. You're watching the world get on with what it's got to do. You're watching the world be in a particular way. But your whole emotional hole, the gaping space that seems to be unfulfilled, it's like you can't put your finger on it, literally, but you can feel it inside. It's like a sensation, but you can't quite put your finger on. You can't quite understand what is that thing. I just want to, for example, if you were physically hungry, you would have something to eat. If you were physically thirsty, you'd have something to drink. But this is like a spiritual or emotional thirst or hunger, which you're just not able to understand it quite. So you can't quite satiate it. You can't quite get rid of that hunger or that thirst. You're still kind of going in a circle searching for what it actually means. So this thing is, once you understand where the burden is, that means you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Let's get a few cards. Let's get that one first. Boundaries, interesting. Is it that you don't have healthy boundaries? Is it that there's somebody crossing your boundaries that's disrupting your boundaries? Because it's right under there. And then you got healing, which went upside down in my hand. Everything is the correct way up. I have double checked. So healing just flicked upside down in my hand. So something is not able to be healed. Something is not able to move on to the next step. Something is not able to progress to the next level, because there's something that's blocking this healing. There's something that's not allowing the that thirst, that hunger of emotional or well-being. It's kind of it's being kept gaping. It's like a gaping emotional wound. You just can't seem to put your finger on it, for one, and that means you can't heal it in the way it needs to be healed. It's two. So let's get another one for here. You have achieved a certain amount of accomplishment. you've achieved a Nine of Cups, you have a certain level of prosperity, security, yet at the same time, why is it that this is connecting with the burden that you're carrying? It's somehow linked to a burden you're carrying. Why is your prosperity a burden at the same time? Which is interesting perspective, because of indecision. So I just feel like there's a lot of aspects that you're not being honest about with yourself. If you were, okay, let's just say, if you were given the permission, maybe you can do this for yourself, go on a walk, in the shower, whatever it is, any way that you can't be heard. Doesn't have to be to anyone in particular. It's more to do with the conversation with yourself. If you could really honestly communicate how you're feeling unsupported, or why you're feeling unsupported about certain things, it's about moving that fear of verbalizing it, about moving that insecurity about it, and actually verbalizing to yourself more than anyone, what is it that's making you feel a bit uncertain? What is it that's making you feel as if you're not able to enjoy what you're building? You're not able to enjoy everything that's made you, that you have built, in the sense of security and well-being. It's like you're not allowed to enjoy all this stuff you've worked towards. You've put in the time, effort and energy to make sure that you have a certain outcome, that you have a certain construct around you. So why is it feeling as though you're not able to enjoy it in the way that you'd intended to? You're not able to absorb the benefits from it the way you're supposed to, or you intended to. There's something putting a like dampener on it. There's something that's making you feel like, I'm not quite convinced about this, but you're going along with something anyway. It's taking you off your path. It's taking you off your original intentions. It's taking you off your original plan. But you're going along with it anyway. Ten of Cups. I'm not going to say what this feels like it's coming in as yet until we... the porcupine looking at the Ten of Cups. The porcupine looking at the Ten of Cups feels as though it's, and also the Three of Cups, it feels as though it's looking at the boundaries that need to be put in place in certain relationships. Now, this could be any kind of relationship. I'm not going to restrict it just to these. There's something in personal relationships mainly that is not balanced. It's not, it doesn't feel equal. Because at some point, at some time, you're feeling as though you're carrying the burden. You're carrying the Ten of Wands. It's not just like Five of Wands and then someone else is carrying the other five. You feel like you're carrying all of the wands. You feel like you're carrying all the burden. You're the one that's having to do all the real hard work around things. You're the one that's having to push this that way and then pull this way. And I'm seeing like you're having to delegate things when it's not actually for you to delegate. You're delegating it when it's already someone's responsibility to do it. It's already someone else's, it should also already be in someone else's consciousness that has to be done, that has to be taken care of. So why am I having to delegate your own jobs to you? So you've got the Ten of Cups there. You got the 9 and you got the 10. But the porcupine is looking at that with boundaries in mind. It's looking at that with 10 of Wands in mind. It's looking at that with 2 of Swords in mind. So this clearly demonstrates why there's such insecurity and why everything's in question. If you have the 9 of Cups, I often say, you know what, this is your 9 of Cups. You only get that because you put the effort in, you put the time in, you put the energy in. So I don't see that way that a lot of readers see it. I see it as you have achieved that. You're entitled to have complete ownership over your 9 of Cups. Elevating yourself to the 10 with the watchful eye of the porcupine, looking at boundaries, with the 10 of Wands around it, with the 2 of Swords around it, with a 3 of Cups around it. So is it that the 3 of Cups is showing that there's an inequality around here? Is the 3 of Cups showing that something's not quite equal as it should be or you want it to be? Right, so, oh, another one keeps floating around. So, by the healing, you've got the Star. I've got to be honest, there's not many cards that have just flown into my hand or around upside down. So for both of those two to be upside down under the Queen of Wands and the Page of, Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords, there's definitely an inability to see the truth, an inability to accept the truth, an inability to understand what you actually need to understand, because you're avoiding it for some reason, or you're not wanting to see it for a particular reason. The Deer and the Oak is healing upside down. The Star is upside down. You're not going to be able to heal these certain things unless you be honest with yourself. The weird thing about this is, if you actually be honest with yourself around a lot of this stuff, the healing will come in. But your faith and trust in that healing being able to happen, your faith and trust in allowing things to actually work out in your favour are not there at the moment. You're doubting your own abilities, you're doubting the ability for this situation to heal. But the thing is, instead of actually looking at that, you're just ignoring it altogether, which is only going to make it a little bit more difficult later on. What is it that you need to tackle next? What is it that you need to have this honest conversation with yourself about, so that you can bring in the clarity and allow the healing to happen? So we're going to get a card for up there, because I can't assume for you, but I'm assuming for the reading that one of the ways to progress through this would be to actually allow the healing to come in, allow the healing to happen. Wow, really strange. Came in upside down. Sorry, that one came upside down. So you got that, and then the Knight of Wands. You're not taking steps forward. You're looking at the wound, but not looking at how you can heal it. Taurus, what's going on? You're scared to take that initial step. You're scared to take the initial step, which will lead to healing. There's so much fear and uncertainty around it. It doesn't mean you won't get there ever, but it's saying that you're definitely not ready to go there at the moment. It's like someone having a certain conversation and you just, I don't want that conversation right now. I'm just going to keep things going the way they are. I'm going to just keep looking the other way. I'm just going to keep thinking about other things. I'm just going to keep myself busy doing this, that and the other, but anything but actually deal with the clarity that's going to come in around here. You might not like the truth. That's why you're avoiding it. And again, you're ignoring the 3 cups that are spilt. They are all upright. I've checked. And I'm shuffling as I'm speaking, so you'll probably hear the cards. It's just Taurus. I think we've been here before. We need to go in deeper with some truth to self about the situation. There's something you've got to walk away from. It's a bit of a cliffhanger. It feels like it's on those drama programs or something. So if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell for your next reading. And I will be doing the reading slightly differently from now on. I think I'm just playing with how to do it. But either way, if you haven't subscribed, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, Taurus, take care of yourself. Have that chat that you need with yourself. Doesn't have to be with anyone else. Talk to yourself and have that chat with yourself first. So till next time, peace and love.